$1 billion. If you see the demography of the causes of spinal cord injury, the motor vehicle accidents took the first and it is amounting to 36.9%, followed by the fall, which is accounted for 28.5%, followed by other violence and unknown causes and sports-related accidents. In India, there is no statistics available at T-net, but once it was published by Dr. A.K. Mahapatra, who was the head of the Department of Spinal Cord Injury Cell and Neurosurgery Department of AIMS in 2015 in his book, that it is the vehicle crashes are the most common cause of spinal cord injury in India. And if you see the demography, it is also corroborated in the world statistics. Now, when we navigate to the general outline of advancement in the management of SCI, the advancement occurs focally in these four segments, that is pharmacological segments and other, mostly the pharmacological, but other segments are still yet to be known. Here the pharmacological neuroprotective are there. These are the methylprednisolone, naloxone, tirilazate, nimodipine, nilojol, minocycline, and basic fibroblastic growth factors. These are being assessed in the management of spinal cord injury as a neuroprotective pharmaceuticals. Going to the first, that is methylprednisolone. Once upon a time, it was considered to be one of the gold standard treatment of spinal cord injury, if being pushed to the body of the patient within 3 hours. The neuroprotective mechanism occurs through the reduction of the membrane lipid peroxidation and post-traumatic aseptic inflammation. However, the evidence when we consider, it has a very limited evidence on neuroprotective properties, with most recent studies fail to prove the real benefit as treatment in acute spinal cord injury. I will show you the latter the different studies. Dinorphin A has also not found to be evident enough in the prevention as a neuroprotective pharmaceutical in SCI. Tirilazate decreases the peroxidation of lipid neuronal, and so there is no evidence of improvement in NASIS or SCI motor score, and there is no difference in NASIS or motor score when compared to 24-hour infusion of methylprednisolone. So these are almost same. Nimodipine was considered to be very useful agent and also now also considered as very useful agent in prevention and the further management of the subarachnoid hemorrhage, which actually blocks the calcium channel that prevents the calcium dependent activation of apoptotic enzymes and block release of the presynaptic glutamate. It is also found not to be very much evident in improvement of the NASIS or SCI motor score in SCI. The nilojol, which is classically used in the treatment of neuron disease, which is a sodium channel blocker, use the sodium dependent glutamate release phenomena and its related spinal and neuronal injury, has also not been proved to be very much good agent for the spinal cord injury in phase 1 and also as a phase 2B and 3 trial. Although these are going, but results are okay, but initial results are not very much promising. The minocycline, which is a one-bite form of tetracycline, is an antibiotic, reduces the inflammation, neuronal apoptosis, and microglial activation, and thought to be neuroprotective pharmaceuticals in SCI. But phase 2 and phase 3 trials results are also disappointed the notion. The basic fibroblastic growth factor is a neuroprotection which is endorsed by the glutamate-mediated excitotoxicity reduction. Also pending results from phase 1 and 2 trials, and therefore it is not effective in SCI. If we go for the neurodegenerative pharmaceutical, that is with the thought that if we can regenerate the neurons which have already been injured in SCI, you can have the names of GCF, G1 ganglioside, T3, and T-novo. GCF is a chronomostimulating factor. It also inhibits the TNF alpha, interleukin 1 beta, and therefore promote the cell survival. Evidence regarding the efficacy in actual scenario, that is phase 1 and 2 clinical trials, have shown that improvement in SCI motor score is not very much good, but it is significant. in vivo studies. G1 ganglioside, that is component of the neuronal membrane, enhances the axonal regeneration in laboratory studies. This is a randomized placebo-controlled trial didn't show any benefit. K3 was used to glue the neural membrane, the neuroplasty, in an attempt to remove after removal of spinal cord dermatoma. When you go to repair the thecal stack, it is a bacterial-derived toxin K210, the bioimmunostatic adhesive inhibiting the Rho pathway of inhibitory proteins and promote axonal growth. And initially it has shown that the benefit in phase 1 and 2 trials and shows the improvement in ACR motor score. But it is very much not very much clear that whether the operation of the K3 itself causes superiority in outcome. Anti-NOGO is a monoclonal antibody that binds and inhibits the NOGO protein, which blocks the axonal growth in the CNS through activation of the Rho pathway and thereby promotes the neuronal degeneration as currently in early phase clinical trials. Now, other modalities that has come into the form, that is the neuromodulation, stem cell therapy and prosthetic device. Here the most promising one is the neuromodulation device. You know that after 2005, the neuromodulation has come up as a very promising tool in different diseases. For example, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, ataxia of cerebral origin. This neuromodulation actually stimulates the spinal cord, epidural could be transcutaneous, and other varieties are the central neuromodulation through the brain circuitry expertly, and it is called the brain stimulator. It could be implanted transcranially or it could be magnetic enhanced. So here also the mechanism is improving of the neuronal connection and circulation within the spinal cord in the remaining intact tracts. Some benefit was present and improved functional outcomes in several studies. The stem cell based therapies has the mechanism of action is like that the precursor of neuronal degeneration, oligonucleotide induced demyelination, axonal elongation and tract degeneration. Here the phase 1 clinical trial shows promising results. However, the phase 2 and 3 trials and ethical and legal concerns are still to be addressed because stem cell is not very much legally acceptable worldwide. Now the prosthetic devices, these are the another armamentarium of treatment of SCI that provide the physical assistance, restoration of a certain level of physical activity and improvement in cardiovascular health and gait parameters has found to be promising in several studies and in improving the functional outcome and restoration of certain level of physical activity. But here also the question is that this is a prosthetic device. So when you wear it, it gives you some result. But without this device, the functional outcome is as before. Such item of spinal cord injury or spinal cord injury, neurodegeneration, olfactory, insidic cell spinal cord injury, rock inhibitor spinal cord injury, neural stem. These are kind of keywords. We have got articles between 2009 to 2020, and that includes our 754 articles. An article found outside the years 2019 to 2020 are being excluded. The articles only addressing a topic specific for the research of criteria of SCI, neural stem cell and exosome will be taken into consideration. And in this way of excluding and including the inclusion procedure, the word 72 articles found cited in the review. Now these are the studies that has been undergone. If you just see the studies at a glimpse, you will see the number of participants are very low. Except the last study, which was a clinical study of an autologous stem cell production patient with subacute spinal cord injury. Here only the statistical benefit could be retrograde into the clinical trial because the participants are more than almost 70. So biological limit is about more than 30, where you can make it a statistically significant criteria. Now these are also the studies of different therapeutics, environmental therapy, health condition of hypothermia, low rock inhibitor, epidural stimulation, and this one is very important. It is conducted by the Health study and also the brain computer interface. That is, the computer program will act as a brain circuit, and that will for some kind of improvement of the disease part. Now, if you see the current status and challenges in clinical translation is that over the past decades, researchers have developed a variety of therapeutic strategies to repair or rehabilitate the damaged neural circuit following SCI. And many promising approaches to enhancing outcome in product models of SCI are progressing towards clinical trials. Most of the initial results observed in human model and on clinical translation, road towards meaningful translation is still remain enigmatic. Neural regeneration remains an attractive option, although lacks efficacy on clinical translation. Adaptive neuroplasticity, which is classified and defined by, it is a neuroplasticity that is your time and your target dependent. By advanced neurorehabilitative module remains in lacking in improving the its clinical efficacy, and moreover, neurocircuitry is still remaining elusive. Further clinical proposition and field of research remains open in this arena, and all of you who are listening this can take part in this neurotraumatological part of spinal cord injury, and will come in the future. With this, if we are going to the neuromodulation circuitry, the most attractive option, you will see that the neuromodulation circuit could be of brain-based or peripheral-based. Brain stimulation, deep brain stimulation, or epidural or cortical stimulation. The function direct supraspinal drive of the excitation of the supraspinal circuit, and predominantly hand function improvement is being achieved. Now, brain-machine interface, it is a brain-machine interface to reanimate the muscles via functional electrical stimulation. Brain-machine interface to drive external devices. Brain-machine spinal cord interface also being exploited in different work module. Now, the function restored at the work module which has been chosen. Beside this, there is the spinal cord stimulation, which could be epidural, transcutaneous, or intraspinal stimulation, and the function restored are mostly for the lower limbs. And peripheral stimulation is usually for a very small segment of the part of the body that has been not functioning after a spinal cord injury. So these are the neuromodulation circuit which could be exploited. Now, clinical trials of neuromodulation are going on, and you can see the result. Trial in 2013 was only 49, and after 2013 there is an increased pace in exploiting this neuromodulation techniques, and it is considered to be the most prominent tool in the treatment armamentarium of spinal cord injury. The peripheral stimulation, these are the all clinical trials that has been categorized as per age and the year of publication. Here also, except the last one, that is sacral stimulation, in improving the bladder function after acute traumatic SCI, where the 16 people who are being taken part. Other trials have suboptimal number of population that is being considered, where also the number of participants are very low, and these are also the last part of the story. With this, I want to thank you all for your patience and kind hearing. And today, I like to congratulate this INTAS for giving me opportunity to speak in front of you. And last but not the least, they have given us this one presentation they prepared for their part. With what is the role of gabapentin in spinal cord injury? You know that after a spinal cord injury, the patient usually complains of degenerative pain, which is not a circuit which is being exploited in normal pain sensation. That is not substance P dependent or glutamate dependent, but these are usually thrombospondin dependent. Now, if you see the spinal cord injury, the thrombospondin, the release receptor gets upregulated. And in gabapentin, usually it is a GABA analog, and this analog usually not like GABA acts on the GABA receptor, but it has a different subunit, that is alpha to delta subunit. In spinal cord injury, alpha to delta 1 subunit is activated. So that causes a neuropathic pain in spinal cord injury. The operation is about 30%, to cases of 90%, and this management protocol is being followed with the pharmaceutical methods. Now, gabapentin is half-life of 6.5 hours and could be used and exploited in the treatment of the neuropathic pain, which is thrombospondyl mediated and acting through and providing through the alpha to delta 1 of the GABA. So these are the mechanism of action. See the action of an anticonvulsant. The gabapentin was originally an anticonvulsant, which was supposed to bind with the alpha to delta subunit of voltage sensitive calcium channel. But here, as I have already stated, that gabapentin, in case of spinal cord injury, interacts to the alpha to delta 1 subunit, which is present and usually modulated excessively in the part where the spinal cord injury gives decreased signal output. Now, this gabapentin is very much safe, and you know that the average dose of 1,800 milligram per day is required in case of this regenerative pain purpose, and up to 3,600 one can use for spinal cord injury. The experimental studies, these are the rodent model. I am not going to, these are very old slide, I think. In human model, the gabapentin has a not very much promising result as a sole agent in prevention of the spinal cord injury, induced neuropathic pain. But I have to speak a much amount on this gabapentinoids because they have organized me, and lastly I want to thank you. The entire commission was organized.